My brother asked me to give up my inheritance because I don't have kids, but what I found out about him destroyed his marriage. I sat in a lawyer's office 3 days after burying my own father. My older brother slid papers across the table and told me to sign away my half of Dad's estate, just like that. Everything. Gone. You're single with no kids, his wife said. We have 3 children to put through college. It makes sense. The lawyer looked uncomfortable but stayed quiet. My brother leaned forward and said Dad actually wanted this, and he had mentioned it before he died. I started doubting myself. I held the pen for a moment, thinking about the pottery studio Dad always encouraged me to start. That dream was in this inheritance. They wanted me to just hand it over. We need this done today, my brother said. I already put a deposit on a lake house for the grandkids. His wife then showed me photos on her phone. The house, the boat, the college funds. We already told the kids about Grandpa's gift. I asked for time to think. My brother's face went hard. I took care of Dad for 6 months while you just visited on weekends. I'm owed this. The lawyer cleared his throat. The original will split everything equally, but there's a newer will from 8 weeks ago that favors your brother, he explained. What do you mean 8 weeks ago? 8 weeks ago, Dad was barely conscious. Dad's dementia got terrible, his wife explained. He didn't recognize me half the time, but this happened during a clear moment. But I'd seen Dad 9 weeks ago, and he was sharp. He'd told me the pottery studio was my fresh start. Something felt off about the whole thing. I asked to see the new will, and my brother said it was legitimate. Then he added, if you fight this, you'll destroy the family. That night, I couldn't sleep at all, so the next morning, I drove to the lawyer's office to meet him by myself. He said the will was properly witnessed by hospital staff, and nothing was technically wrong, but the timing did seem off. So I drove and sat in the car outside Dad's empty house staring at his workshop, the place where he taught me to throw clay at 7 years old. I couldn't afford a legal fight. My brother had money for lawyers. I definitely didn't. So 4 days later, I met him at a coffee shop to sign. He slid over new papers. This time, I'd get $50,000, and he'd keep everything else, including the house. I told him I needed the restroom. Something about his wife's behavior had been nagging at me. I opened the voice notes app on my phone, and when I came back, I asked her about Dad's dementia. I wanted to understand his final months. She sighed like I was wasting her time. The dementia thing was exaggerated. Your father was medicated after surgery 8 weeks ago. We had staff witness the will because he was agreeable, not fighting like usual. My heart pounded. When was the surgery? My brother shot her a look. She kept talking, thinking I was going to sign anyway. 3 days after. He probably doesn't even remember signing it. Voice notes app was still running. I asked one more question about the original will. She actually laughed. Your dad wanted everything split equally, but your brother convinced him to change it when he was too drugged to argue. We made sure it was legal. I got straight up and left without signing anything. That night, I listened to the recording 5 times. My brother had exploited Dad's post-surgery state. That wasn't planning. That was straight up predatory. I went through Dad's bank statements. $8,000 monthly withdrawals to my brother for 2 years I've never known about, or that Dad never mentioned. But they stopped when he entered hospice, and my brother became power of attorney. Dad was healthy then, though. I remembered Dad's last words. I'm disappointed in his choices. He wouldn't explain. Now I knew. He discovered the theft, but was too sick to stop it. Then it all finally clicked. If I'd signed, I would have covered up elder abuse. My own father's abuse by my own brother. The next morning, I walked into the lawyer's office with my recording, the bank statements, and my own attorney. His face completely drained when he heard the confession. He called my brother and his wife immediately for an emergency meeting. When they arrived, I played the recording on speaker. She went totally pale. My brother tried to speak, but my lawyer cut him off with the bank statements. This is undue influence with financial exploitation. The new will is void. My brother's face was soaking with sweat from the rage. His wife stood up and walked out without a word, didn't look at him once.